Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Pull out and hold the access panel release latch. Rotate the access panel up and lift it away from the chassis. Slide the lip on the front edge of the access panel under the front chassis guide rail. Rotate the access panel against the chassis and press until it locks in place. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Pull out on the 3 tabs on the left side of the bezel. Rotate the bezel away from the chassis and remove it. Insert the 3 hooks on the right side of the bezel into the slots in the chassis. Rotate the bezel against the chassis and press until it snaps into place. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Remove the old front bezel. If there are any drives installed in the drive bays, press the release tab and remove the appropriate blanks as needed. If there is an SD card reader installed, squeeze the release tabs and remove the blank. Align the hooks on the bezel with the slots in the chassis, and rotate the bezel into place. Press the 3 raised dots at the top of the dust filter access cover to release the cover. Remove the dust filter access cover. Press the release tabs securing the bottom and sides of the filter, and remove the filter. Position the filter under the tabs at the top of the filter access cover, and rotate it down. Press along the sides and bottom until the filter snaps into place. Insert the dust filter access cover into the slots at the bottom of the front bezel, and rotate it against the bezel. Press the 3 raised dots firmly until the cover snaps into place. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Press the retaining clip with the flat-bladed tool to release the battery. Lift the battery out of the socket. Press the battery into the socket with the plus sign facing up. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. If a powered graphics card is installed, press the release tab and disconnect the graphics power cable from the card. Press the release tab and disconnect the CPU and memory power cable from the system board. Remove the CPU and memory power cable from the clip on the chassis pan. Press the release tab and disconnect the main power and power supply command cables from the system board. Press the release tab to open the cable clip on the drive cage and remove the power cables. Remove the 4 Torx T15 screws that secure the power supply to the back of the chassis. Press the release latch on the chassis pan and slide the power supply away from the back of the chassis. Lift the power supply out of the chassis. Lower the power supply into the chassis and slide it to the back of the chassis. Replace the 4 Torx T15 screws that secure the power supply to the back of the chassis. Connect the power supply command and main power cables to the system board. Replace the power cables into the clip on the drive cage. Replace the CPU and memory power cable into the clip on the chassis pan. Connect the CPU and memory power cable to the system board. If a powered graphics card is installed, connect the graphics power cable to the card. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Disconnect the fan cable from the system board. Remove the 3 Phillips head screws that secure the fan to the back of the chassis. Lift the fan out of the chassis. Position the fan against the rear chassis wall, and align the screw holes. Replace the 3 screws. Connect the fan cable to the system board. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Push down and out on the DIMM slot latches to release the DIMM. Remove the DIMM from the slot. Ensure the DIMM slot latches are open. Align the notch in the DIMM with the DIMM slot key. Push the DIMM down firmly into the slot until the latches snap into place and the DIMM is fully seated. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Disconnect the cables from the drive. Squeeze the drive carrier handles and pull the drive out of the drive bay. Flex the drive carrier on one side until the aligning pins clear the drive screw holes, and then separate the drive and drive carrier. With the drive carrier handles toward the rear of the drive, insert the aligning pins into the screw holes on one side of the drive. Flex the drive carrier and insert the aligning pins into the screw holes on the other side of the drive. Slide the drive into the bay until it locks in place. Connect the cables to the drive. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Disconnect any cables attached to the card. Press the 2 release tabs at the back of the chassis and open the PCI retention clamp. Lift straight up on the card to remove it from the slot. Note: if the PCIe slot has a locking tab, push out and hold the locking tab while lifting the card. Align the connectors on the card with the PCIe slot. Press down on the card until it is fully seated. Close the PCI retention clamp and press the 2 tabs at the back of the chassis to lock the clamp. Connect any cables needed to the card. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Remove any expansion card installed on the PCI extender card. Remove the 2 Torx T15 screws that secure the PCI extender card to the chassis. Pull the card away from the system board to disconnect, and then lift it out of the chassis. Align the card with the connector on the system board. Push the card into the connector until it is fully seated. Replace the 2 screws that secure the card to the chassis. Read the precautions. Disconnect the power source and any attached devices. Remove the access panel. Disconnect the cables from the drive. Press the green release tab at the back of the drive, and slide the drive out of the drive bay. Slide the drive into the drive bay until it locks in place. Connect the cables to the drive.